everyone. Jane here coming at you, right at you.
Coming at you is definitely the word to use, the way that you are coming at us.
I mean, they're ready for it. After that little music, they're like, give it to me. Give it to me, Jane. Hello, Alicia.
Hello. Did you find your scrap piece of paper with all the things you wanted to talk about?
I did. I was gonna write it on like some important pieces of paper. And I'm like, Jose, you can't just write on like basically like my Eventbrite ticket for the happy hour. I'm like, you can't write your things on there. Yeah, I
Wait,
did.
what do you have? Your event what?
This for like the ticket for tomorrow night. No happy
Oh,
hour.
wow. I didn't do that.
Oh, it was important. I don't know. It's all good. It's like this is like 2 weeks ago that we needed to like ticket so that there was enough ticket for us. There was like a code. No, nothing, Alicia. I love you. They're not gonna not let you in. It's gonna be fine. Maybe you even did it and you don't remember. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's you and your skim reading and thinking like, I got this, I got this. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm like, are you not gonna let us in if we don't have this ticket? We're like, you know what I mean? In my mind, I'm like, why do we have to do this? But I think it's because like they needed to count for us in the hundreds, you know what I mean? So like we were, but like I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Like this could all be bullshit. So I'm not worried.
I will look into that though. I'm gonna add that to my list.
Look into happy hour club ticket.
It's going to be fun. The weather's changed. It's going to be nice for us, I think.
Yeah. Things are I am here for it. Things are gonna be so great. Okay, before we start, you guys, remember to follow us on Instagram. We're super fun on Instagram. This is also the last podcast where we remind you of our summer special. So summer special ends on Sunday. You have a few days left, you guys. And also today we were hosting our summer workshop because this comes out tomorrow, Leash. So we're just filming one day prior to the thing. So it's like, whew. So I'm just like making sure I'm not forgetting any that's like on right now. So we have the summer special that ends on Sunday. We have the workshop that's on right now. So maybe you're too late to watch it live, but you can definitely go find us on the sneak peek group and sign up so you can get the recording. So basically it's just the best hour of your life, getting you ready for. Other than that, hello.
There is
what do you gotta say?
There's a little bit of an echo situation happening.
Oh, I don't hear any echo. Too bad. I hear the thing. Everything's fine on my end.
Okay. We'll just hope that it's fine because it's like it's not just echo. It's like literally I hear double. You're like Alicia.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, I love that. I don't hear that. And usually what I hear is what the people hear, but then you hear like I hear myself double all the time. So and I'm like, ugh, and it is double in the we'll see. We'll see after. Do we stop? What do you want to do?
No, we'll just keep going. We'll keep going.
It's annoying because that
I wanted to let you know.
Yes, no, you're doing great. It usually happens too. Like that you hear something like that, you know what I mean?
I've never heard this. What's happening? I've never heard this.
Okay, do you want to leave and come back and see what happens?
Oh.
I mean, it takes a second. You exit and then you come back. Go and try that and see if it.
Oh, okay. You not restart the podcast. You want?
Oh, I'm not gonna restart the pod. Yeah, just to see. Okay,
bye.
It's actually Dia's last day of school. So that's like weird and annoying. Hi. Are you back? Is it bad? Is it still like that?
It's okay.
It's okay, or is it still like that?
I mean, it wasn't every single word, so we'll have to keep going for me to know.
Okay, perfect. And then we'll see. Yeah. So today's last day for Dia Leash. They're ending school today. There was this threat, never told you about it, but there was this like shooting threat for June 23rd. It was written on a wall in the bathroom stall. So they like took it seriously. I got that email last week and it was like, and so I think they were just on edge. And I don't like, I was like, do I send her? That's like rationally, nothing's going to happen. Emotionally, you're like, what if? You know what I mean? And after I got some like details from my sources, it was literally, apparently it was like written so small, like in the back of a toilet where they needed like a flashlight. And like the little boy that was like, oh, look, it says that. They literally needed a flashlight to see it behind the toilet. So it's like, how did he even see this? And it wasn't like 2022. It was like June 23rd. Was this written 3 years ago and no one saw it? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like there's so much on. People aren't sure. So they decided to cancel school tomorrow.
Interesting. I don't know if they have this in the French district, but the English district right now, they have a whole, like, if there's anything like that, there's a whole team that assesses it and then they make a decision. Like, it's like they take it seriously.
Yeah, they do. So we had that email last week. So that happened last week. And yes, obviously meeting with the teachers, district was involved. Obviously the police were involved and whatever. So this morning when I dropped off, there was like 3 police car and like people, like police were everywhere because clearly I needed to tell Dia that there was no school Thursday and Friday. And then she was like, heard something about guns and like whatever. It was just like, and I was like, I really kept it low key. I was like, une menace. I didn't say like a shooting. I just said like une menace, and they just want to keep you guys safe. So basically, they didn't want to cancel the barbecue. I said, and the inflatables. And so and this morning you saw in her face, she's like, "Il y a des policiers. Tout va être correct." You know, and I was like, exactly. So obviously it was like bothering her a little bit to go, and she's like, "Ah, il y a des policiers." So
it's so hard to know how much to tell them because at the end of the day, if they were ever in a situation, like, you want them to have had the conversation with their mom.
I know. And so yesterday I had those girls with me and we got the email. So I just like sent every mom a message and said, girls do not know there's no school Thursday and Friday. I am not having that conversation with 5 at the same time. I said, I'll leave it up to you to tell them whatever you want to tell them. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, thank you. So they could have chosen not to send their kids. I know, like, oh, she's not going tomorrow since it's a barbecue and inflatables. But yeah, for me, I'm like, I trust that they were like, all of a sudden there was rumors that was like going to be at the barbecue. That became a rumor. And then the people in charge of the team they don't just switch their dates. Like, that's not how that works. You know, like an actual person that's going to do this doesn't just like switch their dates and then tells the people through rumors. Like, this is clearly just people that are like, why the 23rd? Probably it was like, I feel like it's probably written like a year where the 23rd was actually the last day.
I think that you should volunteer to be on this team. You seem to like know what's up, how people think, what they do.
People. Exactly. Clearly, I agree with them, Lee. Stop making
No, I know.
I agree with them because they clearly left today open because they're like, no, not gonna happen. And I was talking to a teacher, and she was like, that's what the team said to them to make them feel better. Because the teachers were saying there's a rumor now that it's going to be barbecue day.
Oh, yeah. I'm like so upset that the end of year for them needs to be kind of tainted by that. I feel sad for that.
Exactly. So Dia was really sad because she's like, that takes away 2 more days with Madame. Oh. So that was like, she was like not happy this was the last day. And then I'm like, after the barbecue, you can come home like at 1 p.m. Like, you can come home early. You don't have to go back inside. She's like, no, like, it's the last day. I'm going to go back in and spend the last few minutes with Madame. I'm like, she's not dying. We'll see her next year. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, she's had her for 2 years. So they're really close.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, she's like, oh, I'm going to make her a really nice card this morning. So she made her a really nice card. I'm like, that she'll keep that in her room. Like, oh my God, you'll be right next year. Yeah, so that's what's up with Dia's school today. So I'll be there. That makes me feel good too. Like, as in like, oh, I'll be like watching what's up. I'm obviously I'm the spy.
You'll have your goggles on. You're like, I'm
part of the team and I'm a spy. Oh my God. But you know what? Dropping her off and seeing, police officers made me feel even better about dropping her off this morning. Cause I'm like, whoever, like, in my mind, I'm like, clearly this is a young school. So this was written in like the bathroom stall of 7 and 8 graders. And I'm like, they're still scared of police officers at this age, whether they're grade 6 or grade, and they're like, still like, in my mind, I'm like, this is not like an adult that's coming in and like, is like, obviously not. In my mind, rationally, this is not going to happen. Rationally, nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen. Everything's going to be great.
Everywhere.
There's going to be a barbecue. It's going to be positive,
fun day.
Positive, fun day.
But yeah, so hard to know what to say, what not to say.
Like, I had the kids are starting to, like, have sleepovers sometimes, and I'm like, I need to have the conversation of, like, don't touch your body parts, you know what I mean? They're away from me, like, at a sleepover, they need to have had that. I don't know who's in that person's home, like, I know these people, but, you just need to, like.
Yes.
I mean, I had a full-blown sex conversation with my children the other day.
You really did. Do we want to talk about that?
Sure. They asked, okay, oh my gosh, you guys. So they said to me, Mom, why is this noise inappropriate? And they go, ah, ah.
It's too much, you guys. She told me this story yesterday. Please keep going. Fair question. Fair question.
And I said, those are noises. First of all, why are you asking that? And then X kid in their class is making the noise. I'm like, okay. So I said, that is a noise that sometimes adults would make when they were having sex. And then they were like, what is sex? Even though I had the conversation about how babies were made with them before, I guess I'd never like labeled it as that word. And I'm like, that's when a dad puts a penis inside of a vagina. And then I even went, I don't know if I told you this, I even went like, sex can also be between two women. Like,
okay, you really were here, really showing off.
Okay. And so then they were like, it was the first time they connected how a baby's made and like that Neil and I made babies. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, is that what you and Dad did? And I was like, yeah. And then they said just once, and I was like, well. I did have to say that, like, well, I didn't have to. I chose to say that Alfie, we had to have fertility treatments with Alfie. So we had to have a lot of sex to try for Alfie. And I just kind of left it at that. And they're like, well, does it make a baby every time? So then we did get into ejaculation and sperms and eggs. I mean, Alfie's going to be in grade 5. He's going to middle school next year. Like this time next year, the kid's going to middle school.
Yeah, I was full blown making out with people in grade 5.
Absolutely. And then we talked about like breast touching. Didn't get into fingering or blowjobs. I left that for another day.
Oh my God. Okay, fingering and blowjobs are more like teenager.
Kind of, yeah.
So 14.
But I don't want them to ever be in a situation where maybe people are talking about something and it's so foreign to them that they feel uncomfortable, that they like don't know. And I said to them like 10 times, like, there was no drama, like keep asking Mom all these questions. Like I want them to feel comfortable being able to ask me questions.
Oh man, I love that. I love anything question related to bodies, nakedness, sex as well. Like I just like I hope that Dia and Noah, it's just that for me, Noah's never gonna grow up. So like we don't even like talk about it. Like I hope that Dia is like asks me these questions of these conversations she's heard, and she's like getting more. That's where she gets her info.
Yeah.
But I understand that she's gonna get her info where she gets her info, and like I feel like now more than ever, she's growing up, and I'm like, she's gonna hear shit that is like not true and not tell me about it and think that that's the truth, and like that makes me nervous. But I'm like, we all went through that. Like that's how you grow. That's how you learn. I don't know. It's like it's nerve-wracking. It's something. Speaking of that, have you ever? Well, I mean, you have for sure. But do you right now at their age get naked in front of them?
Yeah.
So like I shower with Dia sometimes, and I see her assessing.
Yeah.
The things. Okay. I don't ask her what she's thinking. I'm not asking her if she has questions. I'm just like letting her be.
Okay.
So the other day she says, "T'as un sein plus gros que l'autre." So I have a breast bigger than the other. And I'm like, I do have a breast bigger than the other. And I left it there and I could see her thinking. And she said, is that common? And I said, it is common. Yes. Very much so. But I said, maybe my situation is a little bit more, I think the word special or unique, like as in like there is quite a big difference between my breasts. And I said, but that's what it is. That's what my body looks like, whatever. And then I was showering and she was doing her face cream at the sink. And she just like stretched her neck in the shower because she was saying something and I wasn't hearing her. And I'm like, sorry, I can't hear you because I'm in the shower. She goes, she's creaming her face. She goes, c'est correct parce qu'on est tous différents. Ça fait qu'il faut juste whatever. And it was like super cute. I'm like, exactement. And then I was like, but I like love that she was like trying to make me feel better about the fact that I was different. And then I thought, what a great opportunity, man, even if it's about my breast size, but just like what a great opportunity to talk about bodies that are different or that mine is kind of unique in that sense. And like that I didn't want to say that my situation was like extreme, but it's like definitely not, maybe the way they're different is not that common, but having a breast bigger, I wanted her to know that if she ends up having a breast bigger than another one in a little bit, that's actually very common. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my situation is a little extreme, but I'm like, when is it like no longer okay? I think they'll be they'll be the ones that are uncomfortable.
I think so. Is Jeff naked in front of them too?
Yes.
Yeah, Neil too. Neil, I feel like Neil would be naked until they're like 20. Like I've seen like Neil's parents naked.
Okay.
Like it's like a little bit more maybe a cultural thing. I'm not sure. Like Neil, like when we go to England, Neil would totally be fine with his parents seeing him naked right now.
Wow. Okay. Oh,
so apparently that age goes for a long time.
In England or just in family.
Alfie is funny because he's like Alfie. And like the girl's friends are over and he's like naked walking. And I was like, buddy, like maybe you don't want your sister's friends to see your penis?
I know. And like,
he's 10. He's going to be 10.
My nose. But like, I know. And Noah is 4 and walks around naked sometimes. And I'm like, when is that? Because it's all about like, don't make it like a body is a body. It's fine, whatever. Yeah. But when is it like not okay? Okay, I need to blow. Let's keep going.
I really think it's them. I think they will tell you, and every kid is different. Phoebe is already not super comfortable naked in front of like my parents or probably her other grandparents. She just hasn't seen them in so long. So Phoebe is not a huge fan of being naked in front of other people, although totally fine with our family and even some of her friends she feels comfortable with.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
But not my parents. She was like didn't want to be naked in front of my parents.
Okay. It'd be that she sees that as like more of a private thing and it has nothing to do with like, what do you think it happens?
More like aware of her body.
Okay.
And again, I see her looking at people's bodies.
Okay.
Whereas like Piper's just like not as aware, not as interested.
Okay. I see that. Speaking of bodies, okay, so the Jeff TikTok is like definitely got us tons of new followers. It's like doing a thing.
I'm gonna go look at it right now.
Yeah, no, it's doing a thing. And because I looked overnight and I had like 80 new followers, and even on Instagram we just turned to 0.3 for 27.3, and it's like 358 already. Like, you know what I mean?
I saw that.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, that definitely got people. And there's like almost 4,000 likes of that video. And there's many comments that I can redo a kind of a video on. Like someone's like, oh, he must have a very physical job. Okay. And it's very interesting because he has an office job, wears a suit and sits at a desk all day, literally has 2,000 steps. Okay. So literally, you guys, like he needs to force himself to get to 5,000 or 10,000.
It is so funny that people don't want to believe us. Like,
I know. And so I'm going to make a TikTok leash where I'm like, so funny that you relate how he looks to exercise. Like right away you go to exercise. Jeff does not have a lot of body fat. The reason why he doesn't have a lot of body fat is because he doesn't eat in excess. Portions are very reasonable. Like I'm going to talk about that. No, on weekends. Like he has found his way. He's looked like this his whole life. No yo-yo dieting, no bullshit noise, drama dieting. Like he just like literally listens to his fullness cues, listens to his hunger, doesn't have drama of like, did I not eat enough? Did I eat too much? Like he literally, and of course, not everyone's way is going to end up looking like Jeff. Yes, you are right that there are genetics that play in Jeff's role. Absolument. I'm not going to take that away from him. But if he were to like an asshole on the weekends and eat all the things, he would not look like that. You know, so like he just found a way to have that amount of body fat on his body and be very good. And it's in his way of thinking and his behaviors. That's what That's why Jeff is like that, you know? So I cannot wait to see what the world has to say. But most of the people loved it. They're like, oh my God, the Jeff. Someone says, I want the Jeff for Christmas. That was funny.
I do like how I could see it being like the Jeff. I could see it being a thing. What would Jeff do? What would Jeff say?
Yes,
The
I
Jeff.
like that. The Jeff.
Yeah.
And like looking at his body, you think fitness, you think weightlifting, you think, you know, chicken and broccoli. And like he's just that perfect example of calorie maintenance, no excess in eating, and like just has that balance of he eats what he wants, yet it fits within a calorie maintenance range that gets him that percentage fat, and that's what he looks like, you know. And even him, you like, I think this is just a good conversation for people listening. Like he recently has lost 6-7 pounds, so he's even leaner than he was, and I see it in his neck and his face. He's leaner, and just because he didn't change the way he's eating, and now he's burning a ton of calories because he added movement to his lifestyle. But quite ironic that that just started. Like he literally looked the same. He just looks actually a little smaller. But yeah, very interesting to me that we attribute physical to exercise, and at the end of the day, it's a lot about what you're consuming. Like we need to,
my gosh,
like,
yes.
yeah, we need to really recognize that
Even
what's happening.
Your arms, your abs, they want the secret, and we'll keep telling them the secret is you do not have a lot of body fat in your upper body. That's why we see your abs. That's why we see your arms. Like it's not, you were not in the gym.
No. And you know, you could be like, okay, so you would look at Jeff's parents and you'd be like, oh, genes. I'm sorry. You're right. Like I was looking at Jeff's dad walking towards me at the park. They are literally identical. His dad is very lean, has a very good body for a 69-year-old. Okay. Very, very lean. But also I know his habits. I know, like he literally very, like they're very portion regulated people. Like, I'm sorry, his mom 6-7, almost 70. I think she just turned 70. Very a lean woman, not overweight, has never been, but also see their mindset. I also see their habits. I also see what they do, and I'm like, it makes sense to me.
I mean, it's like nature versus nurture. Like for sure, genetics plays a piece, but I truly believe the nurture, the environment, the habits. Like he watched his parents grow up with that language, those habits, that expectations, the environment. I mean, that plays a pull. I mean, you look at people that are struggling with their weight, often it's the whole family, you know?
Absolutely. Like, yes. And it's no one's bad. No, nothing's better or good. It's just for me, they're just trying to blame almost like a thing that they don't have access to. So like that's okay. You know, when I was young and I was overweight and I was trying to follow those rules that the diet industry was trying to do. And I was like, I hate that you're categorizing me as like this different human and that I don't have access to what other people have, like people that have never been overweight. I hated that the diet industry was not allowing me a chance to be like that. That's what I didn't. You look distracted. So that's what I didn't like. And I think that a lot of people hide behind, they see someone like Jeff and they think they don't have access to what Jeff has. Because, oh, genetics, oh, metabolism, oh, he must do that, he must do this. And I'm like, yes, you're right, that genetics play a role and whatever, but you have genetics too, and they're not all bad, you know? So we need to look into that. But I think they're not giving it enough credit to what 90% of why Jeff is like that, you know?
And you say that have access to. We look at someone and we think, well, good for them. I could never look like them. You're right, because you're not them. But what you do have access to
yes,
is creating a lifestyle for yourself in your life that creates a calorie deficit or calorie maintenance or whatever. You have access to that. But you're not going to look like Jeff. That's where I really hate. I don't even like the word hate, but I really hate when our goal is to look like someone else. And don't even get me started on people that sell their programs based on how they look in a bikini.
Yes, you're right.
Because I'm sorry, you will never look like that in a bikini.
Yeah,
First, because you're not
exactly.
them.
Yeah, yeah, 1000%. And one girl
Dangerous.
on that TikTok was like, after me saying like, what we can take out of this is basically what I said. I finished that TikTok in that sentence. I'm like, what we can take out of this message is that he has no drama. He has a great relationship with food, and he has found his. That was the freaking message. And she's like, what about menopausal hormonal changes?
Oh,
Are you serious right now? And you know what I said? I think that having a good relationship with food and creating awareness in your life will help you with hormonal changes.
absolutely. Here's the thing, no matter what medical condition that you have, no matter what your environment is like, no matter what your genetics are like, you can benefit from having a healthier relationship with food. Every single human on this planet can benefit from that.
Yes.
Will that then result in a six pack? Probably not. Will it result in you being happier, feeling more comfortable in your skin, maybe living longer? Yes.
Yeah. And I would say even losing weight. I truly believe if we were to create a better, I truly believe if we worked on being like the Jeff, we would have less obesity issues in society. I truly believe that. Okay, now I'm distracted.
We would 100% have less
Yes,
obesity. And we
yes.
just get so distracted by one, the physical, and two, we get distracted by our obstacles. Honestly, I really truly believe that our place on this earth is for people to realize that weight loss is accessible to them, that weight loss can be a beautiful journey, and that happiness is not coming from a number. So make sure that you're living a lifestyle that you actually enjoy.
Yeah, I think it's like everyone can benefit from creating a better relationship with food. And I'm not
Bam.
telling you the physical look at the end that's waiting for you. I'm just saying that this is going to help you with whatever obstacles you feel are in your way. I guarantee there are benefits to you creating a better relationship with food and changing your language around food. I can't wait. I'm gonna do multiple the Jeff TikToks. I have ideas how I can like literally fill it. I can literally use him for no weight training. I can use him for no counting, no macro. I can use him for no drama on Mondays. I can like he is what
You
we
can
want him to be. Like that he is what we want to be, not what we want to look like.
you can use him for drinking beer.
Yes.
You can use him for eating
Eating at night.
processed foods,
Yeah, eating at night.
eating at night.
Yeah, I can for every myth out there that you need to do a certain thing to lose weight. Like Jeff is like he is that person that I'm like, look, well, let's have a look at Jeff here, the Jeff, And it's not about what he looks like. It's literally like even if he was lean, but he's like next level, so it makes
Yeah,
the thing even that
yeah,
strong.
yeah,
Like is what it is.
yeah.
It's like me and my abs and my arm. It's like almost to the level of like Malo, Yes, I might be that extreme look, but it's not about how I look. It's about that conversation that you don't need to do a certain thing. And I'm not a unicorn, It's the percentage of body fat. That's what people need to realize. That's the thing.
And how you decrease your percent of body fat is by creating a calorie deficit.
And how you up your body fat percentage is by the excess of calories that you are consume. It's not in fatty foods. It's not in donuts. It's the amount of calories you're consuming. And I'm sorry, I watch Jeff. Yes, he eats 2 massive, bowls of cereal in the morning. I know he doesn't eat one bite of anything until lunch. And then he has another massive, beautiful meal at a restaurant, probably. I don't even know what he does for lunch. And then he must go out. I don't make him my lunch, and he doesn't make himself. So there, he's somewhere, Subway, sushi, Swiss chalet. I don't know where he is, but he's eating somewhere. He's not looking at calorie counts. He's not ordering a salad. Jeff doesn't eat salad. And so then he doesn't eat again until supper. That's his way. He doesn't have in between snacks and bites. He doesn't just like, 3 p.m. snack, have a snack. You know what he does? He literally listens to his hunger. Like, I am hungry. You know what he said to me yesterday? I think I forgot to have breakfast yesterday. At 10 a.m., I was starving. And I'm like, buddy, I saw you eat your bowl. Yeah, like we were talking and whatever. He's like, really? Oh, I was so hungry. I went to go get a snack at Sobeys. Like, see, he wasn't like, need to wait, intermittent fasting. Like he just is like, oh, wow. He's like, I must have been just so hungry. Like, exactly. Like, so it's like really, I find it so interested in things that like bring. He loves midday squares now. He loves the mama teas. He likes the way it tastes. He likes that it's a lot of calories before he goes to work out. Like he has his way. He does his thing. And I think one of his biggest strengths is the no binging on me. Every day is just a Jeff day.
And the no binging comes from the no drama.
Yeah. And just the no dieting. The no cycle, the cycle that we've created being in the diet industry. All right, guys, we're going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for listening. My gosh, we covered all of the things that we've updated you on our live. Like we said, last chance to join our summer special. It is 10 weeks for $99. It comes to $1.42 a day. $1.42 a day in this inflation world, you guys, gets you not much, no. Okay. No. So you get all this content, all of the value your weight loss for $1.42 a day, which is pretty insane. It'll keep you connected for the summer. It'll make you happy. Trust us, we are hilarious and fun. It gets you such a good mindset for summer. So we'll see you on Monday, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye, Leash.
Bye.